Hey Penny, just grabbing a scrap wood hot dog. I got commissioned in the middle of my. I'm framing my basement here. We got some framing, got some electric roughed in, but we got some other electric that we got to take out. Everything's pulled up to the side, but we just been framing all this crap down here, and I got a commission to make a hot dog, but mustard. This one is obviously ketchup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the scraps that I've saved for burning. Let's see here, maybe that'll work for a hot dog. Oh, that one has too big of a. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll use this. We're going to make a mustard out of some of the scraps that I've been saving for burning. I guess they could still burn it, but I hope they don't. Okay, we got our scrap piece of firewood here. We got our ketchup here for reference because we want to make them roughly the same size. Oh, wait a minute, that one's brand new. Ready to be sold. Give me a second. Okay, so let's see here, something about yar. That'll work. Make sure you grab one of these pencils for yourself. Alright, so have you ever asked yourself how fast can you slam down a miter saw arm? Well, I'm about to show you. About that fast to do it safely, otherwise you're gonna really fuck yourself up probably. Okay, now this is looking a little wide, so we're going to narrow it down here on another tool that you can mess yourself up. What? You can really mess yourself up with one of these machines. So be careful. Always be careful. Be careful with everything that you're doing. Operate it as though it does not care if it hurts you. I really hope that was actually pointing at the saw blade, but there we go. We got this to roughly the right size, just not the right shape. So a little more on this bad boy here. What a wonderful song that sings. Okay. This. Something like that. I just do that a bunch of times. All right, clean up that a little bit better. Oh yeah. You don't even know if I'm sanding anything because this is in the way. But I was, and it's looking pretty good now. So let's move on to the next step. Oh, frick off. Set you back up just like so. That'll work. You're a little crooked, but the blade is a little crooked, so it should work. Just a little off the side. And yeah, there we go. That should do it. Now, to make it look a little more bunny. Oh, you know what would have been great if there was a rabbit on the ceiling right there. Cause bunny, buns made out of rabbits, buns made out of bunnies. Okay, well, I'm not even going to transition that shot here. Instead, I'm going to just grab this thing up here. This is like one of, would have been great if I had one in reach. I used to have them all right here. Where are they in there? This is my shop, guys. It is very, very me. It's not messy. It's just me. It's just got a couple, 2-3 things strewn about. Oh, come on. Come on. Where do I have all those? Here we go. It's like one of these, but circular and way faster. Now, the main difference though is the noise. This can get very irritating. And it falls apart. This is faster and more friendly on the ears. Because that's boring to watch and not because it's going to be hard to edit the sound and all that stuff, I'm going to skip ahead to... Okay, there is that. There is that. Come on. Okay. Okay, where'd the other piece go? Where'd the other piece? That's a pencil. I heard it go flying somewhere over here. Oh, come on. Come on. Where'd you go? Oh, that reminds me of that song. There you go. Come back home. Okay. What are we gonna do about this? Wait. Have to figure out what goes where. Oh, I might be missing a third piece. Hold on a second. This has got to go like that. And this goes like this. Aha! It goes like this. There you go. Now this is not worth saving. So this bun we will throw to the ducks. Imagine there was ducks over there where I just threw that. But there ain't. All right. Time to start over.
I'm too old to cut the mustard, but not too old to lick the jar. I never had no complaints about my abilities, and I never met a woman that I've ever failed to please.
Well, there we go. We have an unexploded bun, but it needs some refining. So we'll take some of that sand that has been adhered to paper and see if we can't smooth that out a little bit, make it a little more palatable. Those bees that were on there were marked by the baker, like that nursery rhyme that never made no sense to me until now. Mark it with a B. I thought it was for B. How does the nursery rhyme go? Mark it with a B for baby and me. Yeah, no, I don't think that's right at all. 2 220 marked with a P. And you know what that stands for. Alright, enough of that bullshit. Nice and smooth. But still kind of angularly. I'm not talking about how you can see the grain. I like that you can see the grain. I like how you can see the reclaimed marks. I like how you can see the natural knot holes and all that stuff. What I'm talking about is like this. Let's soften that up a little bit. Kind of like how the background is all soft. We want this to be as soft as this background right here. Does that make sense? Kind of like this. Not bad, right? Not bad. Now all we need is a ding-along. We need to find us a ween, which they usually use broom handles or some sort of dowel from some type of garden implement or something, which I keep over here in the clean part of the shop. I'm just kidding. I keep it in the dowel part of the shop. Okay, what do we got here? We got... that's a ding a thin. Let's see. Oh, a little thicker than that. How about this? Oh, we're getting there, but this actually tapers down. That would be a weird shape of wiener. Ooh, how about that? That fits in there nice. Okay, we'll use this. Looks like fir. Could be cedar, but it smells like fir, not like cedar. Now, if you're like a kid and you need your hot dog cut in half, let's see here, something like that should do it. Let's see how close I was. Yep. That's definitely a good fit, but also that is fir. The difference between the smell of cedar and the smell of fir, even though they are a very similar looking wood, even in the same family of woods, is quite drastic. Cedar smells like what a sauna smells like, because saunas are often made out of cedar. This is fir, which smells like what you use to clean the sauna. It kind of smells like cleaner. It's like pine sol. That's what it smells like. Oh, I just realized it. Fir smells like pine sol. Pine sol should be called fir sol. Somehow it smells good even though it doesn't smell that good, but I like the smell. Anyway, our ween fits our bun. But it doesn't look much like a ween. And since it's fir, it's actually going to be, oh, come on, a bit of a pain to paint. But before that, oh, that kind of looks like a wiener. Sort of. Let's soften up those edges again. Man, the sound of sanding. Kind of annoying when it's done with a machine. I don't know if it's much better with this, but here we go. Almost there. Make sure you blow off your wiener. Let's see, how does that look? Ooh, actually, I really like the look of that. If I just kept it like straight wood, it's a woody. If I just like the dissimilar colors of the woods, that looks good together, you know, as opposed to painting them. Although I do have to add the mustard still. Oh, I made this wiener smaller than this one. Must be a chili dog. Whoops. Oh well, doesn't matter. They're not going to the same person, so it won't matter. But I almost hesitate to paint this hot dog colored. It's like a bratwurst. Well, they're expecting it to be painted, so I'll paint it. I can always do one without for myself later if I want to. What's up, ladies? These chickens are inside because they get picked on by the other chickens because they're so small and cute. And Millie, she can't see, so she can't defend herself as easily. So in the wintertime, they're in here chilling in the pool, just lounging. All right. Primer, because fur is hard to cover. Hopefully it works. There we go. Let's see how that works. Oh no, don't go in the dust. Well, you can tell I would not be a good auto body guy. And I just made it worse. There we go. While it's drying, let's enjoy a hot dog. Ah, God, this one's made out of foam. Also, cucumbers. Who puts cucumbers on a hot dog? What? This is made somewhere where they don't eat hot dogs, I think. But that looks real, hey? This was actually a prop that Amy had for her costume at my last art show, where we had the soft release of my newest painting series, which you should also check out and maybe grab one or two prints or originals. Now, for those of you asking, wow, luckily there's no, well, next to no dust on these. Don't want to get dust on my wiener. For those of you asking, why didn't I have these at my show if it was all about hot dogs?
Like a professional.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, let me tell you, because I didn't think about it. But I did have the Big Mama there, which gave me the idea to make these little ones go with it, which I had in my store. All right, now we don't need the bottom to look good because it's going to sit inside the bun, much like this one. You can't see underneath the wiener. Why is that so funny? Gonna let that dry and then we can put on a second coat. Dry. So now I can do a second coat. But since it takes so long to air dry, I actually have an idea. Look at that.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
It looks about done. The beauty about a wooden hot dog is they ain't greasy. But now that I've put several coats of paint on here, more than two, I just did it off camera, it's not going to fit in the bun anymore. So what I should do is right? But like a bunch more and then see if it works. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we just need to put on the mustard. It's acrylic paint. And you can see it's got some duct tape on it. That's because this has like 3 different types of paint on it. Because I'm trying to make this not happen. When it dries, it congeals and it doesn't keep its shape. I don't want that to happen. So I have 3 different types of paint in here. They're not different types of paint. They're all acrylic. They're just all different brands. So we'll see. I'm going for a nice color. Because although mustard doesn't taste good, it's way more aesthetically pleasing than ketchup. Which is probably why this person chose mustard. Okay. consistency is another thing I'm looking for. That's about right. Now, it's hard to judge the color because the color is going to be a little bit different once it's dry. All right, let's see here. Now, when you... Oh, yeah, there we go. Actually, that might be worth showing. Oh, shit. No. That's terrible. I mean, it's fine, but it's not as perfect as I was hoping it would be. Because I was trying to do two things at once. That just looked satisfying going on there. That's fine. If they don't like it, I'll make another one. It works, but it's not exactly what I was hoping for. Let's put this in front of the heat here, which will be right here. Right? And then we'll just turn this up. And then this should turn on. There we go. And then that warm air should blow across the mustard. And we should be able to get it nice and dry. And then I can do the final clear coat. I wish that it kept this shininess to it as it dried, but unfortunately it does not. Do you ever just smell hot dogs and you're like, God damn, that smells so good, and then when you go up to whoever's selling them, they're so expensive? That's always disappointing. But if you want to spend a lot more than what you would spend on an overpriced hot dog, well, guess what? You can get one of these for yourself. You can't eat it. It's kind of weird, but it's also super awesome, and it's made by me. And by the way, if you get one of these, I will throw in one of these, which was a patch that I was giving out to anyone who came dressed in a related costume to my art show.
Nice helmet.
Yeah, I just came back from the astronauts.
That's not a place.
This is... Oh, I got paint on it. Why? This was in such good condition. And now... yours won't come with the mustard stain. But it looks basically like this. For those of you who are unaware of why I made this patch, the backstory is kind of long, but a little bit about it. Joshua Alexander, that's me. Heather McDonald, that's Photo Deviant in the comments section.
I'm Patrick O'Neill.
And she helped me put this together because I just kind of like drew things and then she like put them in the computer and put them together. And then Uncle Mike, he's this crazy guy that made me think about putting a duck on this mission patch because he got mad at me for going to high school and learning about Mars and the Mars rover missions and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, but there's a duck. And I was like, well, if it makes you feel any better, I dropped out in grade 10. But he was pissed at me for believing that we went to Mars. And so, yeah, that's kind of the backstory behind the patch. I thought it would be hilarious to incorporate it into my art. In fact, actually, while that's drying, I might have that patch on one of the paintings, which actually does not come as a print because it's gigantic. Yeah, the mission patch right here on the shoulder of this gigantic finger painting, which I love, by the way. In the background of each one of these paintings in the series, there's a little ketchup and a little mustard somewhere in the background. This one doesn't have it because I haven't quite finished it yet. You'll notice that there's ketchup in a mustard bottle, and that's because there's like its own universe. I call this series Phoebus 11. It takes a lot to explain it all, so here, read this. And now I realize as I'm doing the edit, the write-up is much too long to fit on here. I'll just put it in the description. Go ahead and pause this if you like. It's the beginning of the write-up, and it gives the gist. And a quick note about Uncle Mike. He was quite the odd duck. No pun intended. Honestly, I barely knew the guy, but he believed in every conspiracy theory, even if they conflicted. And I heard a new one basically every day after work in the sauna at the rec center. And who knows, maybe he's right about some of these things, but vaguely duck-shaped rocks do not prove anything. While the hot dog is doing its thing, let's prepare dessert. Cotton candy. Just killing some time here in the basement. Putting some insulation between the electric hoses and the air here. Whilst Jewel is helping me wire up into Roger's room and all that. I just have a couple more to do around here. And once I'm done, the hot dog should be done. Look, I have hot dog socks. Ugh. But the rest of my outfit is the same. That way, same outfit, so you can't tell that this took me more than one day to make this, even though I could have made this in one day. Continuity. Here we are. It's looking pretty good, but unfortunately it's still shrunk a bit there. But since I went a little more wavy with the pattern, this one was a little more straight, it looks a little bit better. Could be that I did a little bit of rapid drawing with the heater being turned up there and being too rapid will cause, what is this? Clear gloss. It'll cause your paint to shrink too fast. I don't know. I was thinking with the mixture, if you go too slow, then it like starts getting too swoopy, and then it takes away from this shape, and you don't want that. But now that I'm done, I'm going to do something new that I haven't done in the past, and I'm going to glaze up my glizzies. I'm going to be honest, I hate that word glizzy. Oh, look at this. It's already at an angle, so I can set you guys up at an angle. I don't like that term glizzy, but it worked for this. I don't even know where that came from. Is that a Gen Z thing? Okay, let's see here. Right down the ween. A glistening ween. And now we wait for that to dry. How's that for a wooden hot dog? Am I gonna have to put on the same clothes again? Oh, I also changed my underwear. I'll give it a little bit of a sand on the bun because we don't want that to have any sheen. I probably should have masked it off, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. But that's okay. It's my first time doing it, so I thought I could get away with it. Again, I'm an idiot. Of course there's gonna be overspray. Alright, I think that looks good. Now to take some, why didn't I do this right away? Yeah, there we go. Now we got that glizzy glazing. And again, I didn't, I didn't freaking mask it. That would have been so easy. I could have masked it with this. Marilyn Monroe slipping in between the buns and the ween. JFK, is that you? And so, Marilyn Monroe, ask not what Daddy President can do for you. Just go get me a hot dog. Oh, it's so stupid. Bam, and there they are, just nestled up to Big Mama Dog here. Do you get the joke? Hot dog, dog, mama dog. These are puppies. I've made this joke before when I had my store open, but they're ready to wean. Oh, give me 1 second. I had one more. Mustard sells better than ketchup. It's just more aesthetically pleasing. But I made a bunch of these, had 2 left over. Someone wanted a mustard, and so here we are. We got 3 pups. You can also get the mama if you want. Remember, with every purchase of a hot dog stemming from this video, you will get a mission patch. And maybe I'll even throw in a pencil. You just have to use promo code Uncle Mike. Alright? How you order? Order from josh@gmail.com and simply type in Uncle Mike. I want ketchup, I want mustard, and I will make you a ketchup or a mustard. $45 and you'll be eating for, I mean, if you're a beaver, probably not very long. If you're a person, please don't eat your wooden hot dog. You will not enjoy it. These are best enjoyed just left out, such as here on an outfeed table. That's where these ones are going to stay until we need to use these tools again. And I think they look fantastic. Once again, if you would like to order one of these, order from josh@gmail.com. Tell me if you want ketchup or mustard. I can even do big league hot dogs, the really long ones. I've made one before. I will even go with a gigantic one like this, which is much bigger than the big league. But if you would like one of those, heck, why not? They're quite awesome. Just remember, use the promo code Uncle Mike and I'll send your hot dog off with a mission patch. And I'll also throw in a pencil for scale. I know that's what Jim uses it for anyway. Alright, thanks for watching. And thank you to the one who commissioned the mustard. Hot dogs, get your hot dogs. Nice warm hot dogs, ketchup or mustard. Hot dogs, hot dogs. You know those people who actually do that for a living and they call out for their whatever they're venting? It sounds so like enticing. It's like, ooh, you know what? I could go for a hot dog. So hot dogs to be continued. $13 for top dogs, $14 for Schneider's juicy doubles, juicy jumbos. I mean, $8 for Maple Lodge. $2.50 for shit ass chicken hot dogs. So I'm just getting the hot dogs for my table saw, fingers getting cut off gag for the video here. And I decided to also get donuts. I love these donuts from here. And I was like, you know what, why the heck not? But the dude looked at me very weird, like, why are you getting chicken hot dogs and donuts? And I don't know if it's because the innuendo here, but thanks for watching.